Hello, this is Emmy the Neat Neats, playing Dragon Quest Heroes again, finally. So, there was a long break between videos because Allstate took our furniture away. We thought the furniture was ours to keep, but it was actually only rental furniture. So we lost our beds, most of our TVs. We kept the living room TV. So we had to return everything they gave us, even like towels, kitchen utensils. They tried to take our clothes hangers, but I basically just gave the repo men, I guess is what you would call them. I just gave them the evil eye, and they stayed out of my room. So, yeah, sorry it's been so long between videos. My life has just been spiraling into worse and worse. Once I think it can't get any worse, I'm surprised by just how terrible life can become. On the day of Trump's assassination attempt, Tammy broke her shoulder falling off of the toilet. I think she was probably on a double dose of methadone, or she might have gotten pills from someone at the methadone clinic and abused those. But she hadn't been acting right for a couple of days. She'd been acting very inebriated and out of it. I even wondered if she might have been drinking again. But we found pill bottles, so we're pretty sure it must have been pills. So she broke her shoulder. We drove her to the hospital, and they told us she shattered her shoulder, and they did a minor little surgery. But when they put her under the morphine, she stopped breathing. And we had to sign a release form okaying that if she stopped breathing during surgeries and stuff, that we would allow them to put a trach in her throat, which is a great... It's terrible that I felt a sense of... I don't even know what I really felt. A sense of satisfaction, I guess, at the fact that karma would also give the bitch who burned my house down and scarred me for life, would also give her a trach scar. I have a trach scar because when I was in the fire, I took so much smoke inhalation that I damaged my lungs and I couldn't breathe, so they had to put a trach on me. But anyway, apparently her heart condition is so bad that being under anesthesia could potentially... I haven't had a good night's sleep in a while, if you can't tell. Being put under anesthesia could potentially kill her, but knowing Tammy's luck, she'll survive. She'll be fine. So, having to deal with So, Tammy busted herself up, and then we had to buy all new furniture. What I'm very depressed about is that I loved the bed that Allstate gave us. It was a very comfortable bed. And to replace it, we had to get really cheap replacements, and it's a lot harder to fall asleep even when I am tired. And my cat has diabetes. So, whoa. Her urine smells like you wouldn't believe. And also Felicity she pees so much that I have to put piddle pads around her box, because she'll miss the box, and she's got like an extra large cat box, but she still manages to miss. But, so, cat has diabetes, mom shattered her shoulder, and has been lying and taking pills from someone. Lost her furniture, having to buy cheap replacements. And, I was very sad to hear that an innocent bystander was killed during that Trump incident. At first, when I heard the news and I heard Trump survived, I was like, good, the shooter didn't win, we won. I'm not into politics, but presidents don't deserve to die. Being president is like volunteering to be the court jester of America. You have almost zero power, but everyone still blames you for everything. I mean, I don't like Biden either. I don't like either of them, but they don't deserve to be shot at or ridiculed as much as they have. But innocent man did die. He used his body to cover his daughter and wife. I know he protected his daughter because she made a post about it. It was a very touching post. But what got me is there was like a GoFundMe, but I didn't see the link. I just heard someone talk about it. And I was confused. I was like, this man died a hero. Surely someone must be paying for the funeral. Don't tell me the family is paying for the funeral. Because in certain states, if a family member of yours dies and is like murdered or suffers an accident, the government will give you some money to help pay for funeral expenses, especially if that person like didn't have a life insurance policy. It was just a very terrible accident that occurred. I mean, the man deserves a hero's funeral. His family shouldn't have to be paying for his funeral. But anyways, that really depressed me. And I missed my Burn Survivor Society meeting because I just did not have the energy to drive all the way out to fucking Dallas. I hate Dallas. So I'm not getting any better. I'm spiraling forever downward. My life is just all downhill from here. But at least I can play some video games before I die. So yeah, I shouldn't be making this video because I'm just not in a good mindset, but the problem is I don't think I'll ever be in a good mindset. I'm depressed, and I don't know, if a fire started right now, I probably would just leap into it. Just end my suffering once and for all. Oh, there's so many skill points. But maybe playing this video game will cheer me up. I have a Patreon where I have other games I played. Like the other day, I kind of managed to cheer myself up playing Princess Project, which is an H game which I found particularly funny because the music in the game kind of is reminiscent of Dragon Quest III, which hopefully we'll be hearing about the release date of the remake soon, if it's not already been announced. I'm pretty sure it's already for sale on Amazon, Dragon Quest III. I saw it for sale on the PS5, which I thought was kind of a weird console to put it on. I figured it would be a Nintendo Switch, maybe. But they do tend to try to put Dragon Quest on as many devices as possible now. I wonder if it'll be on Steam, because if it's on Steam, then I can play it on my laptop and can film it that way. It sucks that there's no way to record Nintendo Switch playthroughs without using... I don't know if it's illegal, but it's definitely shady means. You think Nintendo would just create a camera you can buy and then you can film it and whatnot. But I'm stupid, what do I know? Don't really use Hyla a lot, so... Okay. I do love Elena, so let's make her tougher, give her more HP. And Maya, let's see, Go-Go Dancer. Makes it easier to continue a combo. Allows you to unleash, let's do the combo. Bianca. Makes Plasma Dome last longer. You know, oh, there's one thing that cheered me up. One of my favorite stores to shop at since the fire destroyed all my stuff is Movie Warehouse Trading Company. Sometimes they have deals and coupons. They'll be like, you know, buy 3, get 1 free kind of deals. And they had that like the day after the hospital incident happened with my mom. And I ended up, I think I spent like about $60 on stuff. But the most expensive item I definitely bought was a figurine of Ram from, damn it, I just forgot the name, because Ray Zero. And yeah, the pink-haired one is Ram. Rim's the one with blue hair. But it was just such a cute figurine, and cute things make me happy. And I have that on my bookshelf. And it's very cute. I like to rub the top of her head whenever I see her. She's dressed as Puck. She's not wearing any pants. I don't know whether or not she's wearing any underwear. I've already checked underneath, and it kind of looks like they might have given her like booty shorts a little bit. But it's a very cute figurine that I found for sale at Movie Warehouse Trading Company. I think it was a new figurine because they do sell used figurines. It does sound kind of gross to buy a used figurine because when you think of like an anime girl figurine, you typically think of the degenerates who put them in jars and splish splash, the figurine has a bath. But this one was new because it was all wrapped up and stuff. I was debating whether or not, because it was between the figurine or buying a Nintendo DS, because a friend sent me a copy of Dragon Quest IX. And when they sent me the copy, I didn't want to tell them no, but I just told them I don't have a Nintendo DS. And they were like, well, you can just go buy a used one. I was like, you could keep your copy, or, you know, you don't have to send me a game that I can't play. I'm still holding out hope that they're gonna remake Dragon Quest IX I predict in the next 2 years, we won't get it, but we'll hear about it. We'll get one of those articles where like, oh, it's being whispered that the remake is coming, but then we won't see the remake for like until 7 years after. But, back when we had the rental furniture we thought we were keeping, but they took away from us. This was actually it was my birthday gift to me. I got a poster, a Dragon Quest IX poster. It's just a picture of the observatory. It's a very nice picture. It's the observatory sitting among the clouds. And, I was requesting help from my dad to put up the poster, and Tammy came to see what we were doing, and she was like, this is a really beautiful poster. It looks like heaven. And I was like, oh, in Dragon Quest IX, this is where the angels live. They're called Celestrians in Dragon Quest IX, but they're basically angels. I wasn't going to try to explain to her what a Celestrian was. Trying to explain anything anime related to my mom is just impossible. Trying to explain a game to her, anything that requires 2 or more paragraphs of information will go over her head. She was like, oh, it looks like Mormon heaven. And I'm like, bitch, this ain't Mormon heaven. This ain't fucking Mormon heaven. She's like, in Mormon heaven, everyone gets a mansion. I'm like, in Mormon reality, those fuckers already have mansions, because they're all, like, insanely wealthy white families. At least the church she belongs to. And, they've brought over food since hearing about her injury. Apparently she texted them. One woman brought over cheese enchiladas, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. These will be tasty. Worst enchiladas I've ever had. No spice, only cheese. And then someone brought lasagna, and I'm not a fan of lasagna, but I was gonna give it a try anyways. The noodles were not cooked. Also, 0 seasonings. And I was just like, Mormons can't trust white people to cook decent food. If only my mom had joined a Buddhist temple or a Shinto shrine, they could be bringing us fried rice and mochi instead, but no. And it was nice of the people to give us food, but we ended up throwing most of it away. It was inedible garbage. Well, not all of it. Someone did make banana bread, and I love banana bread. Dad has a recipe, and we had it hanging on the fridge before the fire, but luckily, I took a picture of me holding the recipe and saved it to my Pinterest, so we still have evidence of the recipe. I think the problem with making banana bread, though, is just having bananas, because I'm the only person in my family that will actually snack on bananas. My parents, I don't know how they haven't died of lack of potassium, because I've never seen them just eat a banana. I'll eat a banana for breakfast. My mom eats pills for breakfast. Earns a tension boost every time you perform riposte? I don't know what that word is. I need to sleep. My brain's not functioning at a high level at the moment. Is everyone leveled up? Are we all happy? Okay. Hi.
Now.
Oh, No, we can't go to Arbo. We have to do everyone's character quest first.
Indeed!
Yeah, I've seen screenshots of the Dragon Quest III remake. It looks a lot better than I was expecting. Because I was expecting it just to kind of look like a knockoff of Octopath Travelers. But the screenshots I saw made it look very attractive. Hey, you. But, I like how your party members look, which is very interesting. And one thing I remember in Dragon Quest III, the Game Boy Color Edition, if you walked up to a mirror and you as the hero examine the mirror, a party member behind you will tell you to stop looking at yourself and to move on, which is kind of funny. People forget this, but your party members actually do talk to you in Dragon Quest III. There's just small instances. Like, for example, the obvious one is when you assign a merchant to look after the new town, the merchant has interesting dialogue depending on when you visit them. And when you go into one dungeon that you have to face alone, when you return to your party, a priest is like, "Oh, your party members have just been beside themselves." And, like, I think the first person in your row, like, jumps in the air and they're like, "Oh, yay, you're back." It's just not, I don't think it's based on that character's personality trait. I think they're just small lines of dialogue, but it's still very cute. It makes me wonder if they're gonna have more lines of dialogue in the game. Oh, if the personality test isn't a part of the new game, I will be angry, because that's my favorite part of Dragon Quest III. My favorite part of Dragon Quest III is when that Rubus serving elf, it's not Rubus herself, because you actually meet the elf later, and she admits to who she is. I love it when that elf calls me lazy. I love being called a sack of shit by a pretty elf. That's the personality trait I get the most. That and honest. I get honest. I'm honestly lazy.
Captain!
Sorrow cannot look directly at Nira, and Nira's upper face cannot look directly at him. What's up? Oh yeah, Falasco is dead. That's kind of sad. I enjoyed Falasco. He was a fun villain. I've got quests to turn in.
The kingdom needs your help.
Reports. I did the Surrender the Pink quest. That's a Carrie Fisher reference. Well, I mean, Surrender the Pink also just is a saying, but she wrote a book called Surrender the Pink. Yes.
Well done. Take care.
Oh, okay. I can't believe the leader of the robbers had already sold the Elder's treasure.
You what?
Gods, I can't do voices. I'm too done. I'm mentally finished. It's enough to make your blood boil. We was this close to getting our hands on it and all.
Hey!
He said it was a book, didn't he? The Elfin Elder's treasure, I mean.
Aye?
Yes, an old book filled with squiggly writing. Assuming we can believe a word he says, of course.
Okay.
I was wondering about that. Do you think it might be some kind of ancient spellbook? The games never really make it clear how characters learn magic, do they? In the Adventures of Dai, you have to undertake like a small ritual before you can try to learn the spell. Ooh, oh, sorry, it's like thundering outside and I'm happy because I'm one of those pessimistic people who enjoys the rain. But they never make it clear how you really learn magic in the game. It's just, I guess class has a lot to deal with it. In some games, you be mage class to learn attack spells. If you want to learn healing, you choose priest.
Right.
The elves are experts in magic, and this is the elder's prized possession, right? It's got to be a spell book. So, in Dragon Quest, then, the game, not the Adventures of Dai, I guess characters can learn new spells through, like, grimoires, spell books. I feel like this is probably something a Japanese fan would be like, well, actually, in our game that's not tainted by you English pigs, characters learn spells by tattooing it on their as a tramp stamp. I don't know. I prefer the English version of Dragon Quest. It's certainly a possibility. If anyone would have such a thing, it would be the elder.
Oh.
Jesus, Jessica! She angry sighs more than I do. I know, right? That's why we've got to get it back. Imagine what would happen if a really powerful grimoire fell into the wrong hands. But the robber said he sold it. How are we supposed to get it back if we don't even know where it is? You're not entirely without clues. The leader of the bandits told us he sold the tome to a traveling merchant, did he not?
Now!
This narrows our search to traveling traders who have recently purchased mysterious books from unsavory characters. There cannot be many in the kingdom.
Truly commendable!
Truly, indeed there cannot. I shall send out a proclamation immediately. The king seeks a buyer of bandits' books. We need not search for this fellow. He shall come to us.
Ta!
Ta! That was a very posh response from Yangus. Ta! Good thinking, you majesticness. I never knew you was such a strategic whiz. But Lucius never gets the credit he deserves. Alright, sounds like a plan. We'll have the Elder's book back in no time.
Gotcha!
I'll finally be in the clear. Both Yangus and Jessica lean forward. Both of their animations have them leaning forward, and that's just funny.
The kingdom needs your help.
Okay. I'm probably going to be doing character quests for a long time. Okay, I can turn this in. Yes. Now I'm in a much better mood than I was before. So maybe I can play a few more rounds of this game. Oh, okay. I don't feel like getting the Cementian stuff or the Loto stuff yet. Let's see. Oh, the grand tournament is going to be Alina and Kirill. And then we have clearing the castle. First dance. I think that's for Maya. Yeah. Let's do Maya's quest then. So we'll take on Maya's quest next in Dragon Quest Heroes. Ta-ta for now.